Good day, everyone. Here is Mr. Matsalele, your FIT1140 lecture. So we are continuing with our lectures, even during this time of lockdown. So today I want us to talk about information security. So we'll be talking about information security, and on your manual you can open on page 54. So it's page 54. If you check here, it's page 54. It's page 54 from our manual. So we'll be talking about information security. So okay, let's go. So when we talk about information security, we are talking about your computer along with the data that is stored in them being protected from natural disasters, from acts of sabotage, from theft, from viruses, and unlawful access. So when we talk about information security, by information security we mean that computers along with the data that is stored in them need to be protected from, first we say, natural disaster. We must protect our computers from natural disaster, from acts of sabotage. We must protect it from theft. We must protect it from viruses, and also from unlawful access. So if you read about information security from different sources and other books, you find that most of the books, even the researchers, they define information security as the preservation of what is known as SIA. SIA is just an acronym which means confidentiality, integrity, and also availability. So when we talk about information security, if you can read or even Google about information security, you find out that most of the books, even the researchers, they define this information security as a preservation of what is often known as SIA. So what is this SIA? So we preserve, first, confidentiality, which means we ensure that the information is accessible only to those authorized to have access. So the first thing, we must make sure that the information that we have, because we are talking about information security, we must ensure that the information that we have is only accessible by those whom we have given the access that, or we have given them authority to access our information. So we must also safeguard the accuracy and the completeness of information and the processing method, which is the integrity. So we are safeguarding the accuracy and the completeness of information and the processing method. And lastly, the availability. So when we talk about information security, we must also ensure that authorized users have access to information and associated assets when is required. So whenever we need the information, those who are given the access to access the information, those information has to be available when it's required. So there are reasons why you should protect the information. So let's look at the reason. Why do we have to protect our information? Why do we have to protect our information? So there are many reasons why you should protect the information you use on your computer, and this reason will include ensuring that the information remain confidential and only those who should access that information can access it. So reason why we are protecting our information, we are ensuring that the information remain confidential. So not everyone has to know the information or about your information. So some of the information are not to be public. So we must make sure that those information that has to remain confidential will only be accessed by only those people who are given access to it. So not if, let's say for example, I have my own information even in my memory stick or my own information in the computer, not everyone who log into my computer must be able to access my information. So I must put the security there so that not everyone will be able to access, but only those that I can give them access to access my PC or even my phone are the only ones who will be able to use the information that is therein. So the other reason include that knowing that we must know that no one has been able to change your information, so you can depend on its accuracy. So if we know that there's no one who is going to change your information, then we can depend on its accuracy, that this information is accurate. Then that is what we call integrity. The first part is confidential. We are just continuing from the abbreviations here. So first one is confidentiality, and the second one is information integrity. So knowing that no one has been able to change your information, so you can depend on its accuracy. So if whatever that we get online, or the things that you store in your PC, there were things that you type, or maybe you type your letter, you will be sure that there's no one who will tamper with the letter that you have typed on my PC. So even if you want to send it to any place, you can send it without even fear or doubt. So you are accurate sure that this PC is only accessed by me because I have protected it. So we are making sure that your information is available when you need it by making backup copies, and if appropriate, you can also store the backup copies off-site. So we'll talk more about this as we continue. So firstly, now I just want to us to go and look at the physical security for your computer and the mobile devices. Remember, let's say if it's your mobile, you have, or your PC, a personal computer, you have the information which is in your computer. But the first part that has to be protected is the physical component of your computer. So we must protect our computers or our mobile devices from being stolen. Because let's say for example I store all my information in my PC. If someone can steal my PC, can go and they can format my PC and use the data that is there. And so the first thing that has to be done first in order to secure our information, we must make sure that even the physical security is tight, so that no one will be able to steal your PC, no one will be able to steal your mobile devices. So what must we do in order for us to not to expose our devices? So you must know that the portable devices such as laptops are particularly vulnerable to theft, loss, and resale, and they should be properly secured with a lock. So make sure that your computer, your laptop, has a lock. Most laptop and desktop computers, they have a built-in slot made to connect with a cable lock, and this lock are available at most computer store. So if you check your laptop or even the PC, there is a slot that they make that here you can put a cable lock, so that even if it's at home, in your home, make sure that wherever you put your computer, you put a cable lock, so that even if they break into your house, they won't be able to steal your PC. So this is what you have to do. Here we have let me just use a laser. You have your motherboard and the screen. So this screen, they have a built-in slot where you can use a lock, a cable lock here, and you connect. Even your desktop, they have a slot where you can use this cable lock, and you lock it to the desk, so that when they come to steal, they won't be able to take out the lock. They won't be able to take out the PC. So even on your laptop, this is what happened. It has a built-in slot here. You can go to the computer store and buy it, so that you will be able to protect your laptops. So there are general recommendations for physical security. So these ones are just general recommendation, and most of you might know about it. So this general recommendation for physical computer are the same for all devices, particularly small devices like laptops, hard disk, smartphone, music player, and flash drive. So in all these devices like laptops, hard drives, smartphones, music player, and flash driver, you can use this recommendation for your physical security. The first one, please never leave your laptop or small devices unattended, even for a moment. Even in your office, make sure that your PC, your laptop, or any devices is safe. So don't leave it unattended. If you are moving out of the office, you are using your laptop or a PC, you better switch it off as you leave. Don't leave it open and unattended. Most laptops are stolen from their owner's office while the owner is at quick break or meeting. No, this is what normally happen most of the time. In the offices, you will go for break and you leave your laptop there unattended, and you didn't even use a lock. So if you know that you don't have a lock, just put your laptop in a bag, you go out for quick break, or make sure that your office is locked. But the issue, the most point is that you must not leave your devices unattended. And the secondly, if you happen to leave your laptop in a car, make sure that you store your bag in the trunk before you reach your destination. So potential theft, so that these guys the thieves, they don't see you, make sure your car is locked. So if you want to leave your laptop in your car, put it in a bag, use a trunk and hide it somewhere or under the seat, and make sure that these guys, they don't see it. And even when you leave your car, make sure that your car is locked. You can use a low-key shoulder bag, or you can use a briefcase or a backpack for your laptop. Avoid the expensive bags that will screen in your laptop inside. So there are some bags that when you buy, everyone will know that this bag, it has a laptop inside. So you can use an ordinary bags to put your laptop. People, they will think that maybe you hold the books, but you know that the laptop is there. Do not leave portable electronic or equipment unattended when traveling. You must always monitor it closely while checking in at an airport or a hotel. So sometimes when people, they go to airport or hotels, when they do the check-in, they sometimes leave their equipment unattended. Make sure that always those equipment that you carry, you look after it. So if you must leave the equipment briefly unattended in a hotel room, secure it to a desk or table with a cable lock. This one is the important things that you can do. Use cable lock or keep it in a hotel provided safe if available. Sometimes when you go to the hotel, you will see a safe where you can store your goods, you can store your money, you can store your important things there. So make sure that you use that safe and you lock your safe to protect your equipment. So these are the general recommendation for physical security. So as we continue, the other thing, if you are going out for coffee or lunch, lock your gear in a desk or an office that can be locked, or at least purchase and use a laptop cable. This one is more recommended for you to use. This one, you can use this one, cable lock. So, and when traveling by air, bring the portable IT equipment with you on the airplane as a carry-on. So don't use, when you're traveling using airplane, don't put this IT equipment on the luggage. So this one, you must carry them wherever you go. Do not place it and check the luggage, but carry these ones and go with it. All laptops should be set to require a user password to log on to the computer. So make sure that your laptop, when you use anybody, press it on, it will need a password. Configure your either Macintosh or Windows. You must configure it to require a password. Always when you log your PC or your computer is on sleep, when you wake it up, it must require a password. So let's look at the physical security for a desktop computer. So desktop computers, monitors, printers, and external disks are vulnerable to theft as well, particularly in public or semi-public area that can be individually locked. So in this case, the desktop, even the printers and everything, you can use a computer cable locks. So the computer cable locks are similar to bicycle lock, but these are manufactured especially for computers. You must be someone who must be aware of this. Those ones who use bicycle, they can see that it's similar to the one of the bicycle, but this one is designed for computers. So make sure that you protect your computers your monitors, printers using this cable lock. Simply secure the looped end to a fixed in core neighbor, then attach the cable's locking end to a special insert on your computer or to an adhesive mounting bracket securely fixed to the side of the computer to prevent someone from running off with your equipment. So in your computer they have a built-in slot where you can place this cable. So attach it there and make sure that there's no one who can just take it and run off with your equipment. So let's talk about the password for information security and privacy. So when you walk away from your computer, you have no way of knowing who might have access to your professional and personal data, email or a file. So sometimes, let's say for example, I'm in the office and someone just come out and call me, hey Mr. Masila, can you come and assist me? When I leave there, I must make sure that before I go out, I lock my PC, because I might not know, or maybe when I go out someone will quickly go and check what I'm doing, then they steal my information and everything. So always lock your computer when you are not using it. So always use a system login password for your Yale computer, or if you are using university computer, this should be your university net ID. You know that you use your student number and as a username and the password that you create. So make sure that always you change also your password oftentimes. Never share your personal password for computer with more than one users. Request a shared net ID specific for that computer. So that thing of saying when you are in a lab you open the computers for your friends, don't do those things. They must go for themselves and create their own username and password. Username is already given as a student number, and you must create your own password. So don't open because even if you store your information in the desktop, they will be able to access your information, read your emails and everything. So make sure that you don't share your personal password. Never allow your web browser to automatically supply a password for you. If you do it, it means that anyone at your computer can access that site under your account. So this one, maybe you can just do it in your own PC that you know that you call. It's only you who will be using it, but it's not recommended to allow the browser to automatically supply a password. And this happens even on the phones. Most of people, they don't want to type the password oftentimes. So it means that if I can take your PC or I take your phone and I want to log into your emails and everything is easy, I just go to the email, because your phone always remember the password. So it's the best practice if you are using it alone, maybe for if you don't want the delays or by typing the password. But it's not recommended to do so, because anyone who can have access to your PC or your laptop or your phone will be able to even enter to the sites that are confidential to you alone. So make sure that you don't allow the browser to automatically supply the password for you. Use the password option on your screensaver to further protect your privacy when you are away from your computer. So let's look at the physical security for cell phone. Now we talk about laptops, we talk about computer, physical security for the laptops, physical security for desktop computers, physical security for a cell phone and or a smartphone. Smartphone like iPhones, Trio or BlackBerry are really small networked computers. They run programs and can store thousands of documents in the memory. Most of the things that we do normally, even these days, we use our phones. We store information, emails, whatever things that we get on email, the attachment and everything, we store them in the phone. So if this phone can be stolen, an unsecured smartphone grants access to your private information, email, correspondence, address book, and any unsecured document. So if it happens that someone stole your phone, you find that it can be easy for them to access your information if you don't protect it with a password, a strong password, or use a pattern. But I don't recommend always a pattern. A password is the way to go, where you use letters, numbers, and special keys. But pattern, sometimes if you hold your phone and someone can see that this is how you go. If it's Z, you can see that okay, this guy opening using Z. You can see even it writes Z here on the screen. So but if you use password, it's not easy at all. So in short, if you happen to lose a smartphone, losing a smartphone could be as a big a security problem as losing a laptop. So make sure that guys, your phone is always protected. We will continue with the physical security for but we are fortunate because there are the steps you can take to minimize the risk if you happen to lose your smartphone through accident or theft. Guys, please never leave a smartphone unattended, even for just a minute. Make it a personal habit to keep the cell phone close to you at all the time. Use password whenever possible to protect your privacy. If your phone is lost, use password on any important documents that you keep on your cell phone. So you can use the password to open the PC or your phone, but you can also have a password to an individual document that even if someone can enter to my phone, can open the first screen, but this person must not read my message. This person must not go to my WhatsApp. It must not go to my emails. So make sure that you also use the password to some important documents that you have in your cell phone. Yeah, your grocery list doesn't need a password, but you don't want confidential information in the hands of the thief. Make sure that guys, we don't want your information, confidential information, to be exposed to the thief. Keep only the document you really need on your smartphone and remove and archive older file you don't activate use anymore. So on your phone, just use those documents that you will need always. As some of the documents you can archive them, you can store them on the other folder, or you just copy them to your PC and leave it at home. So don't make your phone to be full with all your stuff. So some of the stuff you can archive. Never allow your cell phone software to automatically supply a password for you. If you do, it means that anyone with your phone can access your account. So that's what I was telling you before. That thing of automatically supply a password is good. Yeah, because it limits time, but it's unsecured. Because anyone who can use your phone can go through to your personal information. So on mobile storage devices, we have portable storage devices that are like a small external hard drive. Is the small external hard drive. and we have USB drive. This is the USB drive, and we also have and the iPods. You see, so also these ones you must make sure that they are protected. Your USB, your external drive, your iPod, make sure that they are also protected, because this one you use them for data storage, and it's easy to lose a USB. It's easy. You will see as we continue. So I just want to give you the tips for portable device security, because it's easy for you to lose the USB external drive, even this small device of the iPods. So let me just give you a tips for portable device security. Keep the drive on you at all the time, ideally on your keychain if small enough, or something else you always have with you. So if you have your flash drive, your USB drive, memory stick, guys, please always make sure that your USB drive is with you all the time. So you can use keychain, you can use a belt, you can put it together with your key for the room, or the keys for the car, so that you won't forget it whenever you use it. Make the drive hard to lose. You must make sure that it's hard for you to lose your drive. Some flash drives come with neck traps or layers, so they have neck traps or layers. Even if you don't wear the drives around your neck, the traps will make it more noticeable and harder to leave behind. So if it has the traps, you will always see it and remember. So never leave an external drive attached to a computer. Transfer your file, then immediately store the drive. Many drives are lost because their owner transfer a PowerPoint file for presentation and then forget the flash drive. Let's say, for example, we do the presentation. You come with your flash drive, you put it on my PC. After you are done with the presentation, you go and leave your USB drive. This is what also happened with some IDs and the certificates in internet cafe. You go with your ID and make copy. Then after making copy, you leave your original ID. Then you go with the copies. So make sure that, guys, always after you do the presentation or you want to copy something from other, make sure that you take your flash drive with you. Don't store all the documents on external drive. Bring only what you need in the immediate future, and archive all the files on your desktop or laptop computer. So you only carry what you are going to use, because if it happens that it fall or you lose it, if someone find it, you will get every information about you. So just use only a particular information that you are going to use, and the rest you store them at home. If you have PGP whole disk encryption installed in your computer, you can use it. You can encrypt your external drive or flash drive. This one is the software for encryption. So lastly, I just want to give you a good practice. I want to give you a good practice. This one is the things that you must practice always. First, so one of the best way to protect your information is to make sure that your computer is not vulnerable to attack from the outside. This one you have to know that The best way to protect your information is to make sure that your computer is not vulnerable to attack from the outside. So here are the steps that you have to take. Number 1, keep your computer paged up to date. Number 2, install antivirus, anti-spyware software and keep it up to date. Remove all services from your computer that you do not need. So don't even put the softwares and everything that you are not going to use. Your computer must be protected by antiviruses, and it must always be up to date. Don't click on the links in suspicious email. So if you get the email and you know that this one I don't know where it comes from, please leave it. Don't even click on those links. Use the Stanford Secure email service and prohibited, restricted and confidential information according to the Stanford policy. This is the everyday common sense security habit to acquire. So this one every day. So yeah, I'm just going to show you some everyday common sense security habits that you have to acquire. First, don't share the subnet and password. Not even with the technical support. No, those guys who come and say, I'm going to assist you with the technical support. Don't give them your password. Open the PC for them, and then they will do what they want to do and they go. This one, put it in your mind every day. It's an everyday common sense security habit. This one you must acquire. Don't share your username and password. Don't give out personal information on the phone, through the email, or over the internet unless you are sure who you are dealing with. So don't just give out your personal information. Always use strong password for all your accounts. Lock your desktop whenever you leave your cabinet or offices. You can press Ctrl Alt Delete or Window plus L. Press Window button plus L. If you're using the MacBook, you can use a hot corner to lock or initiate the screensaver. Never leave sensitive hard copy material exposed. Make a habit of turning documents face down and put unnecessary documents away. You must keep your personal information in a secure place. When you are at home, make sure that those personal information are in a secure place, especially if you have roommates, employee outside help, or are having work done in your houses. Don't let your roommate steal your information. You must keep your information secure always. This one, put it in your mind. Financial documents and papers with personal information. Please make sure that you thread them, you squash them before you discard them. Ensure your environment is physically secure always. And lastly, you must back up your computer every day. Thank you very much for your time. I'm sure that I have assisted you. If you have questions, you can ask. Sharp. God bless you. See you again.